Everyone, good morning. My name is Milan H. I am here to discuss about Indian polity for civil service examinations. And if you look at a recent trend in civil service examination, a lion's share is taken by Indian polity. It emphasizes that how important Indian polity is to become civil servant of India. Our constitution stands one among the finest constitutions around the globe. The reason is how a single document can fit into the various different traditions, different cultures, different ethnicities, different languages, different religions, and a vast demography. So this is how we should be proud of our Indian Constitution. Our Indian Constitution is a result of a thinking of a finest legal minds of India and a vision of sound politicians at the time of making a constitution in 1946. And now I am here. Many people says there are articles, there are rules and regulations. Indian polity is so vast. So now I am here to talk about Indian polity in 100 hours. How we can make it simplified. Let us look at this pic. I have divided Indian polity into 10 parts, into 100 hours. The first part is a constitutional framework. It takes up to about 20 hours. Second part is the system of government, 10 hours. Third part, central government, 20 hours. State government, 12 hours. Local government, 5 hours. Union territories and special areas, 2 hours. Constitutional bodies, 8 hours. Non-constitutional bodies, 9 hours. Other constitutional dimensions, 4 hours. And political dynamics, 10 hours. So now we will discuss a part by part, one by one in detail how to study Indian polity. Part 1. The duration for part 1 is 20 hours. The name constitutional frameworks. What it contains. Look at the word called frame. How a constitutional framed. How a constitution fits this largest demography in the whole world. First chapter is here, historical background, how our constitution got evolved during British's time, and then when we got independence, how our constitution got amended, and today we reached in 2023, how our constitution looks. Second chapter is the making of constitution. There was a drafting committee, there was an assembly committee, how they framed a constitution. Salient features. As I said earlier, our constitution stands among the finest constitutions of the globe. A reason? Its features. We'll discuss one by one. And next comes a preamble. It starts from we the Indians. It's collectively we the citizens of India. Right? So we'll discuss. Then now from the 5th chapter our constitution begins, means article number 1 begins. Union and its territory, it extends up to 1 to 5. 6th chapter, citizenship. In citizenship, what we'll do? We'll learn how to get a citizenship of India, how citizenship is get terminated. We'll discuss from article number 5 to 11. And most important part of the Indian Constitution, fundamental rights. It's a salient features, notable salient features of Indian Constitution, that is fundamental rights. Article number 13 to 35 we will discuss. Then directive principles of state policy we'll discuss in 8th chapter. And 9th chapter is there, basic structure of constitution and its amendments. We all are aware of Keshavananda Bharati case. It's a notable, like you can call it as a milestone of Indian polity evolution. This is all we'll discuss in constitutional framework, part 1. Coming back to part 2. The part 2 is system of government. Around the globe there are various governments are working, n number of countries are there. How the system is there, government system. We have in India a parliamentary system, and one more is the federal system. And in 3rd chapter we'll talk about the center-state relations, and in 4th chapter we'll talk about interstate relations and emergency provisions. We all know. And for this a duration is 10 hours. Next, part 3 of the Indian Constitution, that is a central government. A central government comprises of a president, vice president, prime minister, central council of ministers, cabinet committees, parliament, parliamentary committees, parliamentary forums, parliamentary groups, Supreme Court, judicial review, judicial activism, and public interest litigation. This we will discuss all about these things for around 20 hours. Next, part 4 of our study plan is state government. A state government comprises, as I discussed in the previous slide, take a look at once. So, in central government, we talk about our Indian government is having a 3-tier system: central, state, and local. Now, this is central government, we'll discuss in part 3, and in part 4, we'll talk about second tier, that is state government. It comprises of governor, chief minister, state council of ministers, legislature, high court, tribunals, subordinate courts, special provisions for some areas. And a duration for this part is 12 hours. And part 5 of our study plan is having a local government. It's a 3rd tier. And Panchayat Raj and municipalities we are discussing. You all are aware of that, right? In 1993, Panchayat Raj came into act. Even municipalities also. We have amended our constitution. We brought in Panchayat Raj. It was a dream of Mahatma Gandhi ji, right? Self-governments. So duration for this part is 5 hours. Part 6 of a constitution, it's the smallest part. Indian territories and special areas. So duration for this course is 2 hours. It comprises of Indian territories, scheduled and tribal areas. Next, moving to part 7 of Indian constitution. As I said earlier, a constitution is very essential for a smooth conduct of administrative machineries. For such kind of smooth conduct, we have some bodies, a constitutional bodies. For these 8 hours duration is there. First one is Election Commission. You all know Article 324. Union Public Service Council. State PSCs are there. Finance Commission 280. GST Council is there. Goods and Service Tax Council. National Commission for SC is there. National Commission for ST is there. National Commission for Backward Classes is there. We will discuss. These are all constitutional bodies. Then there is a special officer for linguistic minorities. A CAG is there. Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Attorney General of India. Advocate General of the state. To discuss these constitutional bodies, a dedicated duration is 8 hours. Next, part 9 of our study plan is non-constitutional bodies. These are statutory bodies. First one is a Niti Aayog and National Human Rights Commission, State Human Rights Commission, Central Information Commission, State Information Commission, Central Vigilance Commission, Central Bureau of Investigation, Lokpal and Lokayuks, NIA, that is National Investigation Agency, and NDMA, National Disaster Management Authority. So these are all non-constitutional bodies. A duration to study these non-constitutional bodies is 9 hours. Coming back to the 9th part of our study plan, that is other constitutional dimensions, that is cooperative societies will come. 43B is there in direct to state policies, right? And under article number 19, everybody have freedom to establish associations. That will discuss here cooperative societies, official language, public services, and rights and liabilities of a government. Duration for this part is 4 hours. And coming back to the last part, a political dynamics which keep on changing day by day. What we have in India to conduct a smooth administrative machinery, we have servants, civil servants, we have public servants, right? And to make laws, for legislation, we have politicians. For that, we'll discuss here political parties. Politicians represent their own political parties. How elections are conducted, what are the election laws, how election laws were evolved over the time. Election reforms we'll discuss. We'll discuss voting behavior. We'll discuss coalition government, and we'll discuss anti-defection law. It is in news now. And most important, national integration. Let me tell you, this constitution binds all together in a single thread, that is national integration. We are all from different ethnicity, different culture, different languages, but we held together by a constitution. And coming back next, foreign policy. We all believed in principle like Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We respect guests. Atiti Devo Bhava principle we believed in. We have maintained a cordial relationship with countries throughout the globe. And for this, we'll discuss in part 10. And this is complete plan for 100-hour study of Indian polity. Thank you.